Hello everyone, my name is Johan Mark Vicvevas, and today I will discuss to you about mining and mineral extraction. So what is mining? Mining is the extraction of valuable minerals or other geological material from the earth, usually from an ore body, lode, vein, seam, reef, or placer deposit. This deposit form a mineralized package that is of economic interest to the miner. Ore recovered by mining includes metals, coal, oil, shale, gemstone, limestone, chalk, dimension stone, rock salt, potash, gravel, and clay. Mining is required to obtain any material that cannot be grown through agricultural process or created artificial in laboratory or factory. So meaning minerals can only be obtained through mining. And that and this photo shows how mining is done. So what is mineral extraction? Mineral extraction means that removal of topsoil, gravel, rock, clay, sand, or other earth material, including accessory activities such as washing, sorting, screening, crushing, and stockpiling. Not included is the leveling, grading, filling, or removal of materials during the course of normal site preparation for an approved use. So mining is relatively related to mineral extraction because the purpose of mining is to extract minerals, ores, and non-renewable resources for economic and industrial purposes. And as said, mining is the process of extracting minerals from the mining site or mineral deposit in an unfinished refined or of the mineral extracted. Anything that is extracted by the surface of the earth to collect rocks or other geological compounds is called extraction, wherein you extract either chemical or mineral which is associated with mineral extraction. So what are the different types of mining? The first one is open pit mining. As the name suggests, open pit mining involves mining minerals or ore that can be found near the surface layer of the site. That being said, some quarries can be over 1,000 meter deep. This form of mining doesn't require tunneling into the earth and is a simple method of mining that yields high production rate. And this is how open pit mining is. Yes, as you can see in the photo in the screen, that is how mining in the open pit is done. And one more is the surface mining, and it is relatively the same in the open pit mining. It said that utilizing the mammoth strength of bucket wheel excavator moving up to 12,000 cubic meter of earth per hour, surface mining is the process of seam mining coal and ore from the land. In this process, any unwanted earth or soil is stripped from the land, and any ore or mineral that is sought after is found relatively close to the surface of the site. So, next is the underground mining. Underground or subsurface mining involves the digging of a network of shafts and tunneling in the earth to reach and extract the deposit of ore or mineral beneath the earth. In comparison to other methods, underground mines impact less on the environment and are much more harmful to those working within them. In the past, underground miners utilized shovel, axe, and carts to retrieve valuable materials at great cost to their health. Canneries are often utilized as an early indication system of toxic gases in the mine, as they would quickly perish if oxygen level were harmful. In modern practices, underground mines are pre-assessed for oxygen toxicity level, and a system of ventilation machine and protocol are in place to ensure workplace safety. Moreover, relative to other forms of mining, underground mines excrete much less waste rock when accessing ore. That being said, though, the process is a lot more expensive and difficult than other forms. And as you can see in the picture in the screen, this is how underground mining is done using equipments and also tunnel boring machines. Next is the in situ mining. A rarely used process of mining material. In situ or solution mining is the process of pumping a solution into the ore body, which dissolves the ore and is then extracted by a second pump. This method is used most in mining uranium deposits. In modern practice, this solution, which is called the Lixivian liquids, works by changing the pH and oxidation level of ore, leading to the ore breaking down and becoming easily extracted, which is used in the in situ mining. And one example of it is the sulfuric acid that is generally used when in situ mining for copper. And this is how the look of the in situ mining is done. Using the diagram in the upper left, in the processing facility, they've injected solution in the injection well and then going to the ore body. And then also, when the ore body is being diluted or weakened in the soil or in the rocks, the recovery well will going to sip it for the processing of the chemicals or the minerals that is being mined. Next is the placer mining. Normally formed by weathering via water or wind action, placer are consolidated deposits of sources. Placer mining is generally done in riverbeds, sands, or other sedimentary environments and involves sifting valuable materials from sediments. And this uses sifting equipments like what we are seeing in the screen. It says here that this is famously called the panning for the gold that can be part of the placer mining process. In placer operation, the extracted sedimentary material is rinsed and slued to pull out the desired material. In addition to gold, gemstone, platinum, tin, and other materials can be extracted via placer mining. And one fact is that 50% of the world's titanium comes from this type of mining operation. Yeah, that's it. So, what are the advantages of mining? Of course, we are going to tackle about why it is important, why it's essential in the life of humans, and why it's very useful nowadays. The first part is the mining can help us to assure the supply of important resources. Yes, it is because numerous industries rely on fossil fuels or on metals in their production process. Without mining, we would simply not be able to produce many important goods, and also our mobility would suffer since we still significantly rely on vehicles that use fossil fuels, and without those fuels, many of us would no longer be able to commute by cars. Of course, some of the technological advanced materials came from the mining. Second is important for technological progress. Yes, as I said earlier, mining is needed for the technological progress. Why? Because the countries with the largest amount of natural resources will have a huge advantage in the future when it comes to the invention of new technologies, and countries who don't have access to sufficient resources through mining will have a quite hard time to stay competitive in the fierce global competition. So now that we are in the 21st century, technology will be one of the leading factors in the global economy of a country. Third is mining is necessary for many products of our daily life. Yes, it's true. Because many products of our daily lives are direct or indirect made with the help of mining. And without mining activities, the selection of products that are available to us would be much lower. Maybe those products that are raw products or raw goods that we are using in our daily lives. Fourth is the employment opportunities for many poor people on our planet. Yeah, mining has a huge advantages in the employment of many people because the mining industry provides a high number of jobs for the local population, especially in many poor countries of our planet. Unemployed rates are quite high and jobs in mining are crucial for the local population in order to make enough money to survive. Hence, especially in structural weak regions where people don't have too many employment opportunities, mining can also be crucial to ensure the livelihood for many people who would struggle to survive otherwise. Yes. And the fifth one is the major income source for some countries. Yes, some countries don't have many other industries, yet they are still able to make a fortune from extracting precious natural resources or out of the ground. Thus, especially for those countries, mining is crucial to assure a high level of wealth for the country as well as for its inhabitants. So, many of the countries now are having a globally competent economy or having an economic growth because of its wealth in minerals or mining business or mining industry in their economy. Now that we've tackled the advantages of mining, we are going to tackle also the disadvantages of mining. So why it is that mining has also disadvantages? And there are a lot of disadvantages of mining nowadays that we can see the results of it. The first one is deforestation. Why it is deforestation? Because mining can contribute to serious level of deforestation since large areas of land have to be used for mining process. High number of trees have to be cut down. However, trees are naturally storage space for large amount of greenhouse gases. Though through deforestation, those greenhouse gases will be emitted into our atmosphere, which also contribute to global warming in the long run. Hence, mining can not only be quite detrimental for the local flora and fauna, it can also speed up climate change. Yeah. Next is mining implies the destruction of habitats. Well, when the mining deforested our trees in the mountains, it will eventually affect the habitats of the animals and also the plants. Since mining implies the use of large areas of land and often also significantly deforestation, habitats of many animals and plants will be destroyed. This implies that many animals will have to relocate to survive. However, how about the plants? They don't plants don't relocate, so they will eventually die, and the population of those plants will drop. Hence, mining can be quite harmful to our local flora and fauna since it contributes to the destruction of many natural habitats around the world. The third one is loss of biodiversity, which is also connected to the first two points. If too many animals and plants drop in population due to the destruction of habitats related mining, chances are that this will also contribute to a significant loss in biodiversity sooner or later. This can lead to a state where a small number of species dominate whole region and more species may become endangered or extinct over time. Hence, in order to avoid significant biodiversity loss, governments around the world should make sure that they introduce proper regulation in order to protect enough natural habitats for the local flora and fauna. Fourth, contamination with heavy metals. Yes, there are heavy metals that is on the mining with the if there is a mine tailing that is going on with the mining site. Not only workers can get contaminated through the use of heavy metals related to mining. Also, the nearby environment can get contaminated by those substances like the cyanide that is used for mining. Quite often, those heavy metals are not properly disposed of and are just illegally dumped into nearly forests or lakes, just like what I've said, that mine tailings. In turn, this can lead to serious soil and groundwater pollution, and many people may get contaminated and may suffer from serious health issue or other issues like water contamination, which leads to poisoning. And 5, may not be sustainable in the long run. Why? Most resources that are mined are non-renewable and will become depleted sooner or later in those deposit sites. At one point in time, it will simply no longer be reasonable from an economic perspective to engage in mining, and therefore, mining can be regarded as a short-term solution more than a long-term plan. Yes, because non-renewable resources can deplete anytime. Therefore, humanity should switch to renewable resources as soon as possible in order to make mining obsolete and to make our overall lifestyle much more sustainable, and also to help our environment to regain and also to regain the biodiversity of animals and also plants, and also to reduce the greenhouse effect and also to reduce the pollution in the environment. So, to wrap it up, we discussed to you about mining, that it is the extraction of valuable minerals on Earth. We also discussed to you about mineral extraction, that it is the extraction of minerals by removing the waste materials on soil. We also discussed to you the different types of mining, which is the open pit mining, the surface mining, which is the same with the open pit, and we also discussed to you about underground mining, in situ mining, and placer mining. We also discussed to you the 5 advantages of mining in our lives and why it is essential today. We also discussed to you the 5 disadvantages of mining, on why it is harmful and dangerous in our lives and in different organisms and also in environment. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope it was helpful.